Okay, how are you? Welcome to Elevate with Pastor Uchena Izuana. Still on impact. I remember when the governor of Cross River State assumed office, he got a detailed account on how the tax revenue was collected in the state. And it trickled down to the low end citizens of his state. How they pay tax out of nothing. Imagine a poor old woman, a widow, and a man who can hardly fend for himself, let alone for his family. No good job. How do you, or where do you expect such a person to pay tax for? And yet, they send the valets, the tax collectors, the local government council workers to go and extort money. I don't call it tax, they extort money from these well-meaning Nigerians who are supposed to be taken care by the state. The governor of Oyo State, he was able to disband the Agbero on transport workers in the state. Why? Because they were constituting nuisance on the streets of Ibadan and all part of Oyo State. How can you imagine you have children who board buses in the streets and they see how these so-called agberos, or you call them tax collectors or whatsoever you call them, how they embarrass the drivers, the commuters, the conductors, and sometimes fight that leads to death. How do we expect to raise our children in such a society like this? It has become a menace. These agberos, or you call them Lagos transport workers, have become a menace to our society. This does not inculcate moral values, especially to our children. So the governor of Oyo State disbanded Agberos and he found an alternative and gave them a job somehow, somewhere. Lagos State is a metropolitan city that cannot be neglected in Nigeria. A highly commercialized state with a very high number of people, a demography that outweighs other states. So Lagos is not out of the case. The Agberos, the Lagos State transport workers, as we call them, or the council workers on the local government level, they have become a nuisance. Most of them have seen um, that place as a safe haven to do robbery, kidnapping. It becomes a place where they can cheat, cover up all their criminal activities. I put the question to the governor of Lagos State. Are you happy about the situation in your state? Most times you see some container coming and they have a minor for like a tire puncture. Before a minute, you will see this group of boys in their tens and twenties coming to harass the driver of this container. So it has made our society to become lawless. I don't want to say it's a failed society, but it has gone out of control. And we have the chief security of the state sitting in a position with no impact. Impact is when you come into an elected office or an appointed office and you are not saying chesa sera sera what will be, or you are not saying that this is how you met it and that's how it's going to be. Impact is you are making a difference. You don't have to say where's the resources. You don't have to say what am I going to do. You just have to do something that someone or your predecessors have not done. My governor of my state, you cannot be the chief security officer of a state and your people cannot live in peace. The agberos, the Lagos State transport workers or the bandits or the council workers, so they call them, has taken over the state. And young boys and men have now joined occults. They now fight on the streets. They steal, they rob. What is the governor doing about this? There has to be a solution. Impact is solution oriented. It pains my heart. I don't know if our elected officers or political holders have their children living outside the country. But I find it difficult that somebody will raise his children in a society like this. I wonder the kind of society we desire